Here's one easy thing that I'm shocked no one really does in parish ministry job interviews, and you can do it to stand out dramatically. And if you listen to the end, I'll give you 2 places you can go to learn more about this idea. So I was in parish ministry for over 10 years in 2 different parishes. I went to a lot of interviews, and I also interviewed potential applicants for positions that I was hiring for. And I'm shocked at how few ministers can do this one thing. And it doesn't just help you in job interviews, it helps you have a more effective ministry, it helps you recruit volunteers, it helps you get your pastor and your staff on board. And it just in general provides clarity for your whole team, your parish, and the work that you're doing. And here's what it is: frameworks. You should be able to clearly articulate your framework for ministry. So what's a framework? A framework is a simple structure for organizing a very complicated idea. This makes it easier for people to understand, it makes it easier for you to communicate it, and it makes it easier for you to make decisions. Best ministry frameworks provide a really clear definition of the goal and the strategy you're going to use to get there. Anytime I was in an interview, I would try to say the framework, but also anytime I was interviewing someone, I'm trying to figure out what their framework for ministry is. And can they clearly articulate it? And you've come across these frameworks before. Sherry Waddell's Forming Intentional Disciples book has the framework of the thresholds of conversion. Focus has Win, Build, Send. Pat Lencioni has the 5 dysfunctions of a team. Amazing Parish has the 3 building blocks of a healthy, amazing parish. I mean, even the catechumenate is a framework. There are stages you could clearly identify of the process of initiation of an adult. And the great news is you don't have to come up with your own framework. You can read and study others and kind of piece together your own or use another one, just as long as you acknowledge that you're using someone else's framework or that you believe in this framework and here's where you got it from. So here's an example of how I would use frameworks in parish ministry. So the pastor, whoever's interviewing you, is going to say something like, tell me about your approach to ministry. And I would say something like, I believe this parish ministry exists in order to evangelize. I have a framework for thinking about this. To me, evangelization means forming missionary disciples. And I believe that forming missionary disciples is done through a clear path of discipleship. Now, I like to think of the clear path of discipleship in the stages of connect, encounter, grow, and serve. I mean, you'll notice that there are frameworks even within the framework, right? Evangelization is forming missionary disciples through a clear path of discipleship. Clear path of discipleship is connect, encounter, grow, serve. And after you say the framework, you just shut up and you wait, because they can ask questions for you to go deeper into this. And each of these words you're using, you can dive deeper into what that word actually means. So here's how you get started. Read a lot, pray a lot, and then sit down and try to, as simply and concisely as possible, answer these questions. What is the purpose of your ministry? The next question, how will you do this? And then the final question to ask yourself is, what are the 3 to 4 most important aspects of this approach or framework? So 2 places I'd really recommend you go to learn more about this. First, Vicky Zhao's YouTube channel on framework thinking. And second, Pat Lencioni's book, The Ideal Team Player. You can have the best framework in the world, but if you don't have the 3 qualities of a really good employee, you're really probably not going to get a job offer. If you're interested in this stuff and you're in parish ministry, I'm going to be making longer videos over on my YouTube channel. So go search me there, find me.